My husband entered into the room and threw acid on my face. I tried to cover my face, but I couldn't protect myself.
Vangai was born and brought up in a strict Muslim family in Kabul, Afghanistan. Her family didn't have much money, so in order to move to Iran for a better life, Vangai's father sold her off to a much older man.
He was my father's cousin. I don't exactly know how old he was, but he was older than my father. My mother tried to stop the marriage, but by that time it was too late.
After her wedding, they all moved to Iran. 9-year-old Vangai didn't even know the meaning of marriage before she was sold off as a young bride, and the man she married was a drug addict and an alcoholic. Vangai was only 12 years old when she fell pregnant with her first daughter, Nazreen, who was born in Iran. After some years, they moved back to Afghanistan, where she had 3 more boys, but the abuse didn't stop. In fact, he became even more brutal.
My husband was very strict. He had certain rules, and if I didn't follow them, he would beat me up a lot. He would use a wooden stick, a cable, and even a knife to hurt me. I prayed to Allah and asked why He doesn't rescue us from this ordeal.
When she didn't hear from Allah, she decided to leave the house to live with her parents, who were now also in Afghanistan. She thought it was a safe place for them, but she had no idea what was coming.
He asked me to come back to his house several times, but I denied. He told me that he would kill me if I didn't return.
Then, one day, her husband barged into her family's house and started forcing her to come back with him. Vangai fought back, completely unaware of what he was carrying in his pocket.
When I kept denying to go with him, he threw acid on my face. It felt like someone had attacked my face with a knife. It was so painful and I became unconscious.
When she woke up, her life had changed forever. Many international news media organizations covered her story, and her husband was sent to jail as a result of it.
When I saw my face in the mirror, I was so upset that I had lost my beautiful face. I screamed a lot while I was in the hospital.
During this time, she came across a Christian missionary from South Korea who was serving in Afghanistan. When she heard about Vangai, she arranged for plastic surgery to be done on her face in South Korea. It was there where Vangai learned about Jesus for the very first time.
When I went to South Korea and I understood that Jesus Christ was the real God, it was very disappointing for me that until then I had been on the wrong path. But once I had known about Jesus, there was nothing else more important than him.
Vangai gave her life to Jesus in South Korea, and following her surgeries, she returned to her country. But she didn't know that something was going to happen in Afghanistan that wouldn't just rattle her life, but the entire nation.
The Taliban is in control of Afghanistan. The country's president has fled, and Western countries are scrambling to get people out.
When I first heard about Taliban, I was not afraid of them, but when I heard that Taliban was going to release the inmates from jail along with the Taliban captives, I remembered my husband saying the day he's released, he will not spare any of us.
So she escaped to their neighbouring country of Pakistan to find refuge, along with her 4 children, 2 siblings and mother, who had now also become Christians. However, she knew they couldn't live there for long either, and while she was praying for safety, she came across Barnabas Aid, who came to their rescue. They helped them and many other Afghani Christians to migrate to Brazil, with the support of their generous church partners.
I am so happy to be in Brazil. Everyone is so kind at church and they look after us so well. They are like our brother and sister, and it's so wonderful to worship the Lord with them. I don't feel alone, and I'm thankful for all the comfort I have received here.
I don't like it when people that have not lived such things say like, oh, I comprehend, I understand, because I don't. But I know someone who does. Christ Jesus does, because he's been through all kinds of suffering and he took it all upon himself. So even though I'm not able to comprehend exactly what she's feeling, I'm able to love her because God loved me. And that is everything anyone would ever need.
Vangai is happy to be in a safe place today, where the Taliban cannot stop her from practicing her faith and being an independent woman. Her family is settling in well and learning Portuguese at the moment. Vangai lived a traumatic life in Afghanistan, and she is grateful for the new life she has found in Jesus. When we asked her, what does she think about having a new beautiful face when she goes to heaven, she said,
It's funny that you ask this question because I often wonder about it, but honestly, for me, having a relationship with God is much more important than getting my face back. Jesus is my best friend, and I am so happy that He is with me in every difficulty. And when I die, I want Him to tell me that He is satisfied with me as a true believer of God. When I was a Muslim, I used to pray to Allah a lot and I never got any response. But now, when I pray to God, He provides everything.